more about this now. Joining me now is political commentator Chris Cillizza and senior advisor for the Directors Guild of America. Chris, it's always good to have you. Let's start with this. You're a dad. I'm a mom. We understand the visceral desire to protect our children, but you call this move disastrous. Why?
Yeah, Markie, we are. And I do get it. Everybody knows it's cliche, but it's also true once you have kids. You do anything to protect them, particularly if and when they struggle. That said, you know what you and I aren't?
The President of the United
States. Correct. And that is a huge difference in my mind. When you run for president, you put yourself out and you say, I am the one person of the 350 million Americans to represent everyone. You get a lot of benefits from that. You have a massive amount of power and influence. You also give up some things. And I think one of the things you give up is the ability to just make decisions that you can say, just affect me. Just affect him. And I think that that's the case here. Yes, I get it as a dad. No, I do not get it as a president of the United States, given, and I think this is really important, Markie, given that, number one, as you point out, he repeatedly said he wouldn't do it. And number two, he ran in 2020 expressly on the promise that he would be better than Donald Trump on these things. He would restore dignity office. He would restore the independence of the Department of Justice. He would restore faith in the law. So yes, I know Donald Trump does stuff like this and will do stuff like this in the future, whether or not Joe Biden had pardoned Hunter Biden. But the point is, if you say you're going to be better, you actually have to be better.
Yeah. You gain a lot of power and you lose the ability to be a dad in certain situations.
Absolutely.
Do you think he always knew on the inside he was going to pull this trigger? And also, do you think the reaction to this would have been different if he just never said anything, didn't touch this, didn't say he wasn't going to pardon him, and then did?
I think plenty of people, including lots of Republicans, would still be outraged at this had he not. But to me, saying repeatedly you're not going to, and then explaining the reason that you're not going to because you want the legal system to play out, you respect the criminal justice system, et cetera, and then going at the end and saying, well, actually, this was a targeted prosecution of my son. Well, you know who that sounds a lot like? If you go and read Joe Biden's statement, you know who sounds a lot like? Donald Trump.
So do you think that's a gift to him? Because a lot of people making that comparison saying this plays right into his playbook, right? That the government is politicized against, the American people. Is this a gift to Donald Trump?
Yes. And I say that, Markie, with the caveat that Donald Trump was going to politicize elements of the Department of Justice, whether or not Joe Biden did this. Donald Trump has never understood why the Department of Justice should have this quasi-independence that presidents of Republicans and Democrats have long sort of viewed it as. He didn't understand it in the first term. Remember, he got rid of Jeff Sessions because Jeff Sessions wasn't doing the things he wanted him to do, his first attorney general. So Donald Trump would have gone down the path he's going to go down either way. To me, what this gives Republicans, Trump, but Republicans, elected Republicans too, is a layup to respond, to say, hey, like, good for the goose, good for the gander. You guys said that you were going to do better, and then Joe Biden just went and did a thing that Donald Trump would totally do. So why should we believe you when you say one thing and do something else?
Yeah, I think a lot of Democrats worried this teased Trump up to wield that pardoning power in the exact same way. Chris Cillizza, unfortunately, I got to end it there, but thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.